Hello and a very good morning. You're watching this newscast on Rajya Sabha television with me, Frank Pereira. Here are the headlines this morning. Pakistan targets 13 border outposts and civilian areas along the international border in Pura, Pargwal and Kanachak in Jammu. BSF warns of suitable reply. Samajwadi Party on the brink of a split. Shivpal Yadav and 3 other ministers sacked from the Akhilesh Yadav cabinet. Mulayam Singh Yadav expels Party General Secretary Ram Gopal Yadav for 6 years. Ten ducks die in Delhi's Deer Park due to avian flu. State government says situation a sign of worry. Madhya Pradesh likely to decide on culling of birds today after 3 more painted stork die in Gwalior Zoo. Kurdish forces attack new IS positions in northern Iraq near Mosul, say they have made large advances. Turkey also joins the fight. And India beat New Zealand by 7 wickets in the third one-day international in Mohali. Win gives the Indians a series lead of 2-1. Pakistani troops resorted to heavy shelling and firing in Pura and Akhnur sectors of Jammu district along the international border in Jammu and Kashmir today. 1 BSF Jawan was killed while another BSF Jawan and at least 3 civilians including a woman have been injured in Pakistan's shelling. According to defense sources, Pakistan's forces started unprovoked shelling targeting BSF posts as well as civilian areas in Abdullah, Karotana, Kurd, Arnia and Tubewell areas of Pura around 10 p.m. Later, Pakistani forces also started heavy shelling in Kanachak and Pargwal. Garakwal and other areas of adjoining Akhnur sector were also targeted. BSF troops guarding the border are retaliating the Pakistan's shelling strongly and giving befitting reply. Heavy exchange of fire is still continuing. The martyred BSF Jawan, Head Constable Sushil Kumar of Kurukshetra, Haryana, was critically injured in firing in Pura sector and succumbed to injuries on the way to hospital late at night. BSF also gave a suitable reply and no one was injured earlier in the day. Now, the ceasefire violation came within hours of Additional Director General of BSF Arun Kumar's warning that the lull along the border could take any turn anytime. BSF soldier Gurnam Singh, who was injured in firing by Pakistani forces at the international border in Kathua district on Friday, succumbed to injuries on Saturday night.
He gave the supreme sacrifice for the country, for protecting the border of this country. So this is one of the proudest moments for us.
मैं यही मोदी सरकार से यही अपील करता हूँ, एक तो हमें जंग चाहिए, दूसरी बात है कि इनका हॉस्पिटल चाहिए. हमें ये दिखता रही है जो जवान हमारे ही लड़ रहे हैं, हमें मौत का कोई मतलब नहीं है कि हमारा जो बच्चा शहीद हुआ है तो शहीद हुआ तो हमारा बच्चा, जो सभी बच्चे हमारे ही हैं. हम यही कहते हैं कि बच्चों के लिए हॉस्पिटल बनना चाहिए बहुत बड़ा, जो इनको फॉर्मेलिटी मिलनी चाहिए.
Well, the US has warned Pakistan that it will not hesitate to act alone when necessary to disrupt any and destroy terror networks operating in their country. Adam Zubin, the acting Under-Secretary on countering the financing of terrorism, said that Pakistan's spy agency, Inter-Services Intelligence or ISI, is not taking action against all terror groups. Speaking in Washington, he said that the problem is that there are forces within the Pakistani government, specifically in the ISI, that refuse to take similar steps against all the terrorist groups active there, tolerating some groups. He added that the US urges Pakistan to go after all terrorist networks operating in their country. It stands ready to help them, but there should be no doubt that the US will not hesitate to act alone when necessary to disrupt and destroy terrorist networks. President Pranab Mukherjee on Sunday said India should celebrate diversity and must not artificially try to convert it into uniformity. Now, while addressing the students of Bapu Gujarat Knowledge Village and Samarpan College in Gandhinagar, Mukherjee recalled the thoughts of Mahatma Gandhi and highlighted the strength of Indian diversity. Observing that the country's economy is growing at a very fast pace, he said that it was not an accident or an achievement of 1 or 2 years. Mukherjee also warned of a demographic explosion if India fails to provide necessary skills to the youth for securing jobs.
Today, despite the fact that we are having 1.28 billion people in your hand, having 1800 dialects, having 200 languages used in everyday life, having 7 religions, 3 major ethnic groups.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the government is determined to make India an international arbitration hub for the resolution of domestic and global commercial disputes. Chief Justice of India T.S. Thakur also said arbitration offered a great promise to the litigants and to the overworked courts and their judges. Here's a report.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has pitched for far-reaching legal reforms to make India a global arbitration hub. Addressing a conference on the National Initiative towards Strengthening Arbitration and Enforcement in India on Sunday, the Prime Minister asserted that the government wants to create a vibrant arbitration mechanism to provide ease from legal hassles to investors and businesses.
There is need to develop specialized arbitration, bar associations. We also need professionally ruled arbitral institutions which can deliver international standards of services at reasonable cost businesses in India. We welcome internationally recognized institutions in this effort. We need to simultaneously facilitate a vibrant ecosystem for alternate dispute resolution, including arbitration, mediation, and conciliation. This will provide additional comfort to investors and businesses.
However, Chief Justice of India T.S. Thakur expressed disappointment over the dismal performance of government-run arbitration centres. The CJI pointed out that the government-run International Centre for Alternative Dispute Resolution has handled only 20 cases in 2 decades and pitched for revisiting legal framework to encourage arbitration.
Courts from the apex court, right from the Supreme Court down to the municipal courts, are overburdened. Judges are overworked. You can imagine the kind of burden that judges share when you think that 18,000 judges handle nearly 50 million cases every year in this country, out of which 20 million cases are disposed of.
Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said the NDA government has taken various steps to turn India into an investor-friendly destination, but noted that companies and investors prefer to go to Singapore, Hong Kong and London, as winning final settlements from Indian courts can take years.
A recognition of the domestic laws and finding a proper balance between safeguarding the investor's right, which ought to be done. We must fast-track these concerns, but there has to be a balance between the investor's right and the sovereign right of the government.
The conference organised by Niti Aayog also highlighted on legal reforms undertaken by the government, including scrapping of over 1,000 archaic laws. Recently, amendment to settle a case within 18 months has been made to the Arbitration and Conciliation Act in an effort to make the process easy, timely and hassle-free. Panchan Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Moving on now, with deals over $12 billion this month, including leasing of a second nuclear submarine, Russia termed itself as not just a business partner but an ally who stood by India in its darkest hours. Asserting that there is no limit to what India and Russia can do together, a top Russian defense official claimed on Sunday that the US and Europeans can never give what Moscow can and has offered to India. He also said that Russia is a friend and ally and not a business partner. Russia stood by India during its darkest hours. Next year, India and Russia is going to mark 70 years of relationship. Russia is eyeing the multi-billion-dollar deal for P-75I project of India, under which 6 conventional submarines are to be built with air-independent propulsion systems, and the next aircraft carrier project, besides the deal to jointly develop the 5th-generation fighter aircraft. Now, the big news now, the Samajwadi Party is facing one of its biggest crises so far. On Sunday, Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav sacked party state chief and his uncle Shivpal Yadav from the cabinet. Hours later, Party General Secretary Ram Gopal Yadav was expelled from the party for 6 years for anti-party activities. A crucial meeting has been called today by the party chief Mulayam Singh Yadav following the widening rift ahead of the all-crucial elections next year.
The Samajwadi Party chief virtually firefighting after the latest crisis in his party. Sunday saw fast-paced developments in Uttar Pradesh. It began with Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav sacking State Party Unit Chief and his uncle Shivpal Yadav, along with 3 other ministers from his cabinet. The move, many senior SP leaders say, was a result of Amar Singh's return to the party fold.
मुख्यमंत्री का अधिकार है वो किसे अपनी कैबिनेट में रखेंगे किसे नहीं रखेंगे, ये मेरे पसंद और नापसंदीदगी का सवाल नहीं है. बहुत अर्ली होगा ये कहना कि किस चीज़ से फ़ायदा और किससे नुकसान होगा, लेकिन हाँ एक शख्स से नुकसान बहुत हो गया.
In a tit-for-tat, Shivpal Yadav announced the expulsion of Party National General Secretary Ram Gopal Yadav from the party for 6 years.
माननीय राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष समाजवादी पार्टी के आदेशानुसार प्रोफेसर राम गोपाल यादव को राष्ट्रीय महासचिव एवं प्रवक्ता समाजवादी पार्टी को समाजवादी पार्टी से 6 वर्ष के लिए निष्कासित करते हैं.
The allegation against Ram Gopal were grave.
ये पूरी तरह से भाजपा से मिले हैं. राम गोपाल जी 3 बार भाजपा के बड़े नेता से मिल चुके हैं. वे ये सब इसलिए कर रहे हैं क्योंकि उनके पुत्र श्री अक्षय यादव एवं पुत्र वधू यादव सिंह घोटाले में फंसे हुए हैं. उन्हें यश एवं स्वयं को बचाने के लिए भाजपा के इशारे पर षड्यंत्र कर रहे हैं.
Hours after his expulsion, Ram Gopal Yadav said he will always remain with nephew Akhilesh Yadav in the holy war, even though his elder brother and party supremo Mulayam Singh was his guru in politics and will remain so. He refused to speak to the media but faxed a statement from Mumbai saying he is not hurt at the expulsion but at the allegation.
इन्होंने कहा मुझे दुख है कि क्या बीजेपी से जो है सांठगांठ, मतलब ये तो ऐसी बातें कही जा रही हैं. जब कभी कोई भी किसी पे आरोप लगाता है कुछ नहीं मिलता तो बीजेपी से मिल गया, तो ये बातें तो शिवपाल भाई के लोगों को नहीं कहना चाहिए ऐसी बातें. नेताजी प्लीज मैं आपसे हाथ जोड़ के रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि आप एक बार जरा सोचिए, और अगर एक आदमी की वजह से पार्टी खराब हो रही है तो आप पार्टी से ऐसे आदमी को निकालिए जिस आदमी ने पार्टी को बर्बाद किया है.
The BJP that is being accused of trying to engineer a split in the SP said Akhilesh Yadav should prove his majority on the floor of the house and added it has nothing to do with the infighting.
उत्तराधिकारी के आधार पर मुलायम सिंह ने श्री अखिलेश यादव को 2012 में उत्तर प्रदेश का मुख्यमंत्री बनाया था. ये साफ जाहिर हो गया था कि जो लेगेसी है मुलायम सिंह की वो अखिलेश के हाथों में होगी, लेकिन इसका सबसे बड़ा नुकसान अगर देखा जाए तो उत्तर प्रदेश में कानून व्यवस्था ध्वस्त है, विकास ठप हो गया है, अधिकारी खेमों में बढ़ चुके हैं. तो उसका सर्वाधिक नुकसान अगर कहीं किसी को हो रहा है तो उत्तर प्रदेश का हो रहा है, उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता का हो रहा है. मैं साफ बताना चाहता हूं इस पॉलिटिकल क्राइसिस से भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कुछ भी लेना देना नहीं है.
Akhilesh Yadav held a meeting of the SP legislator party at his residence on Sunday and quelled rumours that he was quitting the party. The chief minister also said he will participate in all programs of the party and will also be part of the Silver Jubilee celebrations on November 5, while going ahead with his election campaign beginning November 3. The opposition says the growing rift in the party will ruin its prospects in the polls.
समाजवादी पार्टी का वैसे भी 5 साल में जो गुंडागर्दी, जो शांति व्यवस्था खराब होना और उसकी वजह से जो एंटी इनकम्बेंसी वो फैक्टर तो था ही, और ऊपर से जो ये 2 फाड़ हुई जा रही हैं इसे उनका बहुत नुकसान है.
SP Chief Mulayam Singh will chair a crucial meeting of the party MPs, MLAs and MLCs and ministers at the party headquarters in Lucknow today, following the developments on Sunday. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And ahead of that crucial meeting called by Mulayam Singh Yadav, supporters of the rival SP factions have clashed outside the party headquarters in Lucknow. Supporters of the Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav and Shivpal Yadav have exchanged blows and tensions mount before the meet. Police have used force to disperse the crowd. Now that's the developing story that we will be following right through the day. Let's take a look now at what else is slated to make news during the course of the day in our segment, The Day Ahead. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit his Lok Sabha constituency Varanasi today to launch the Urja Ganga, which is a 1,500 kilometer long gas pipeline project costing 51,000 crore rupees. He is also scheduled to flag off projects like doubling of railway tracks on the busy Allahabad-Varanasi section and expansion of the diesel locomotive works. Besides, he will lay the foundation stone for widening of a road passing through the city's crowded cantonment area. The Supreme Court will hear the appeal filed by Haji Ali Dargah Trust challenging the Bombay High Court order lifting the ban on women from entering the sanctum sanctorum of the renowned Muslim shrine today. In its last hearing on October 7th, the Apex Court extended the stay granted by High Court to facilitate an appeal against its decision to lift the ban on entry of women. On August 26th, the High Court had pronounced that the ban imposed by the Trust on women from entering the sanctum sanctorum of the Dargah contravened Articles 14, 15 and 25 of the Constitution and said women should be permitted to enter the sanctum sanctorum like men. The Finance Ministry will hold a meeting today of senior management of banks to discuss the bad loans issue in specific sectors, including steel. The meeting is likely to focus on non-performing assets in sectors like steel, power and infrastructure. These three sectors account for bulk of the gross NPAs, which surged to 9.32% in 2015-16. The national capital recorded more avian deaths with 10 ducks found dead at the Hoskas Deer Park on Sunday. The Delhi government described the situation as a sign of worry. Delhi Animal Husbandry Minister Gopal Rai also confirmed that 3 cows that were found dead in the Sundarnagar area succumbed to the H5N8 avian influenza strain and that the total number of avian deaths stands at around 58. The state government also formed a 10-member team to spray antivirus in the area, including on birds. Both the zoo and the DDA-run Deer Park continue to remain shut due to the bird flu scare. The city government's coordination committee formed to tackle the situation will meet today. The Union Environment Ministry has formed a 3-member panel to keep a watch over the developments. Meanwhile, in Gwalior, 3 more painted storks died at the zoo, taking the number of birds suspected to have been killed by a new subtype of bird flu to 18. With at least 2 samples of the 15 painted storks that died earlier this week testing positive for the subtype H5N8 at the Bhopal-based Animal Disease Laboratory. Recently, the state government has sounded an alert across the state, directing all 51 districts to immediately report any fowl mortality. The state government is likely to take a decision on the culling of birds at a meeting today. The zoo will remain shut all through October.
17 बतख की वहाँ पर मृत्यु हुई है तो डियर पार्क में, तो अभी हमने ये निर्णय लिया है कि उसका थोड़ा सा और गहन जो है हम जांच पड़ताल करेंगे और आज 1 बजे सारे एक्सपर्ट्स के साथ वहाँ हम जा रहे हैं. वहाँ डीडीए के अधिकारियों के साथ भी बातचीत करेंगे कि अगर इस तरह का हो रहा है तो वहाँ हम लोग क्या प्रिवेंटिव एक्शन और क्या ले सकते हैं. तो अभी चारों तरफ चीज़ें क्लोज मॉनिटरिंग में है. उम्मीद है, इंतजार हमें है कि कल शायद अगर रिपोर्ट आ जाए जो सारी सैंपलिंग गई है तो उससे भी थोड़ा सा हमें निर्णय लेने में आसानी होगी.
Well, it's time for a short break now, but news updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
In this episode of Special Report, we are in Canada.
Canada, a colonial cousin of India.
कनाडा में सब कुछ है जो भारत को चाहिए और भारत के पास वो सब कुछ है जो कनाडा को चाहिए.
Is now the first choice of Indian migrants. Watch a special report from Canada with love, only on Rajya Sabha television. Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. Well, Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj has said that the government is planning to relax its visa rules to boost tourism and business. The minister informed that the government has extended the e-visa scheme to 37 countries this year, taking the total number to 150 countries. And the minister also said that the government has put in a system for the welfare and protection of Indian immigrant workers. Sushma Swaraj also said that the foreign direct investment in India touched $55.5 billion in 2015-16, making India one of the most open countries in the world.
We plan to further liberalize our visa regime for tourism, business, as well as other areas shortly. The 25 million strong Indian diaspora, both NRIs and PIOs, are a significant force for promoting India's interests abroad. Realizing this, we have unveiled new initiatives for roping them in our mission of transforming India.
Well, the death toll due to Japanese encephalitis rose to 63 after 2 girls undergoing treatment in Malkangiri in Odisha died on Sunday. However, unconfirmed reports put the toll due to the vector-borne disease at 67, which has affected around 100 villages spread over 6 of the 7 blocks in the district. Meanwhile, a 6-member central team of doctors also visited the affected areas to review the situation and to suggest measures to tackle it. The disease, which originates from pigs and spreads to humans, mostly children, through mosquitoes, had surfaced in the district around 44 days ago. Moving on to some international news now. Kurdish forces on Sunday battled through booby traps, sniper fire and suicide car bombs to tighten the noose around Islamic State in Mosul. The forces also hunted Islamic State group jihadists behind attacks elsewhere in the country. Kurdish forces announced a new push on Bashika, northeast of Mosul, where some 10,000 fighters are engaged in a huge assault to take the IS-held town. The push came with U.S. Secretary of Defense Ashton Carter in Iraq's autonomous region of Kurdistan supporting the unprecedented offensive, which a U.S.-led coalition is backing with air and ground support. Turkey joined the fight against Islamic State on Sunday, directing artillery fire at jihadist positions in Bashika. The UN says that 5,000 people have been displaced so far, but the recent fighting around Mosul, it expects another 200,000 will be uprooted in the coming weeks. Launched on last Monday, the assault aims to reclaim the last major Iraqi city under IS control, dealing another setback to the militants' self-declared caliphate in Iraq and neighboring Syria.
I believe that in next few days we will finish it.
Peşmerge güçleri Başika kasabasını DAEŞ'ten temizlemek için harekete geçtiler ve bizim Başika üstündeki askerlerimizden oradaki
UN is estimating that between 1.2 to 1.5 million people may be affected by the current situation in Mosul. We as UNICEF estimate that at least 50% of these people will be children.
يوما حياة شوية مأساوية لكون داعش خرب قسم من مناطق وإن شاء الله بعد ما تنعاد بجهود بيشمركة ولا شايس ورجعت الحياة الطبيعية كما كانت وإن شاء الله بعد ما تنعاد.
Well, on to news from the U.S. presidential elections. Now, Hillary Clinton has managed a whopping 12 percentage point lead over rival Donald Trump just weeks ahead of election day. The Democratic nominee has touched 50% for the first time, according to the ABC News Washington Post poll. It says this was the highest for Clinton and the lowest for Trump since their campaigns began. This poll has come at a time when Donald Trump has been accused again by another woman of sexual abuse, while Hillary Clinton has said that she does not want to respond to the remarks of her Republican rival Donald Trump anymore, as she has had enough of debates with him. Trump has claimed he will win the November 8th elections and that all allegations against him are fabricated.
Donald Trump did something the other night no other presidential nominee has ever done of either party. He refused to say that he would respect the results of this election. Now, make no mistake about this, my friends. He is threatening our democracy.
Every woman lied when they came forward to hurt my campaign. Total fabrication. The events never happened. Never. All of these liars after the election is over.
Let's shift focus to some sports news now, where India defeated Pakistan 3-2 in the Asian Champions Trophy hockey in Kuantan, Malaysia on Sunday. Striker Pradeep Moore scored his maiden goal in 13 international appearances to give India the lead in the 22nd minute. But Pakistan then took charge through strikes from Mohammad Rizwan Sr. in the 31st minute and Mohammad Irfan Jr. in the 39th minute. Ramandeep Singh and Rupinder Pal Singh also scored a goal each for India, taking India to the lead. This victory gives India 7 points from 3 outings. Earlier, India thrashed Japan 10-2 in their opening fixture, but followed it up only with a 1-1 draw against South Korea. Pakistan, on the other hand, started their tournament with a defeat to host Malaysia 2-4, but followed it up with a 1-0 win over South Korea. The top 4 teams from the round-robin competition will advance to the semi-finals.
In this game, it really doesn't matter. A goal's a goal.
On to some cricket news now, where India defeated New Zealand by 7 wickets in the third one-day international at the IS Bindra Punjab Cricket Association Stadium in Mohali on Sunday. After winning the toss and opting to bowl, India bowled out to New Zealand for 285 runs in 49.4 overs and chased down the target with 10 balls to spare. Virat Kohli scored an unbeaten 154 of just 134 deliveries. He also shared a 151-run stand with skipper Mahindra Singh Dhoni. India felt the pressure at the start of the chase. Openers Rohit Sharma and Ajinkya Rahane, who were not among the runs in the earlier games, fell cheaply once again. Rahane spooned a simple catch to cover off Matt Henry before Rohit failed to pick a slow off-cutter from pacer Tim Southee, leaving India at 41 for 2 in the 9th over. Earlier, Tom Layton's 61 and James Neesham's 57-run innings played pivotal roles in New Zealand's total as they overcame a middle-order batting failure. India now lead the 5-match series 2-1.
Ultimately, you achieve the target, and often on slower wicket, that's quite difficult to achieve. So I feel it's overall good for everyone, personally for me also, so that I go out there and I'm not looking too much into what needs to be done. Rather than that, I'm looking to set the pace of the game. And quite a few oppositions, they put all the fielders inside, and I'm still looking to pierce the field. I can play the shots, over the fielder, and I feel that's what is something that was needed in my batting. And today was the first day, and hoping to continue with this.
And after over 5 decades of its service to the Indian Navy, the world's oldest aircraft carrier, INS Virat, was accorded a grand send-off from Kochi on Sunday. Commonly known as the Grand Old Lady, INS Virat will formally be decommissioned at Mumbai in a ceremony by the end of the year. The Navy has agreed to hand over the aircraft carrier to Andhra Pradesh government after its decommissioning. Under the Indian flag, various aircrafts have flown more than 22,000 hours from the decks of the INS Virat, which saw major refits from 1993 to 2011 to make it more viable for the modern battlefield. It served as the Indian Navy's flagship until the commissioning of INS Vikramaditya in 2013. With these visuals, have a good day.